Hey guys, Chris Jones, founder and CEO of LSEO.com, and I'm sitting here with our president, Kris Nash. Wanted to chat with you guys about something that is very common in the digital marketing and the SEO space. And that's you making decisions based on price. And I'm going to argue why that's a bad decision. Been in this space for 20 years, so has Kris. One of the things we both have seen is, quite honestly, how commoditized this industry has become. There isn't stopping anything from a recent college graduate with no experience from hanging a shingle and saying that they offer professional SEO services. And guess what? You're falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. And the challenge here is that when you're making a decision based on price, you're making the wrong decision. Let me tell you how we think about it. There's two reasons why we're not going to be the lowest cost provider out there. Number one, just use common sense. To gain access to the type of talent and experience and premium that we pay ourselves and our staff, it's going to cost a little bit more. But what you get is the benefit of years and years of professional experience. All of our senior team members have either worked for us for many years or we recruited on our dime from the leading companies in the industry. There's a second reason outside of talent and experience, and it's performance. We are an agency that was built to perform. We have no interest in working with our clients, regardless what we charge them, if the client isn't making money. When we think about SEO and digital marketing, we only think about it in the context of driving a return on investment, a return on ad spend for you. That's it. So if we're charging the same or a premium to another proposal you're looking at, I'm telling you, look at two things. Number one, does that other agency or individual consultant have anywhere near the level of experience and expertise that we have? Number two, is that agency or is that independent consultant, are they going to be able to stand behind performance? Well, guess what LSEO does? Any agreement we enter with you will have a 30-day out clause. And we want you to use that out clause when appropriate if we're not performing for you. That's my take on why you need to go with us and give us an opportunity to show you the difference between working with an agency that prices itself right, but prices itself based on performance. And there's some other considerations that Kris will chat about.
Just to touch on the aspect related to the talent too, one of the primary things we've done as an organization, we've gone out, we've recruited the talent that's actually going to be working on your accounts. We've mentioned this in other videos before, but the idea that you're not just going to have some college kid who studied marketing that's never really done this for their business. We actually have talent that's worked for the Fortune 100 and the Internet Retailer Top 100, working on SEO and digital marketing campaigns and paid media campaigns to drive business. So we've spent a tremendous amount of time making sure that we've recruited those people, brought them in-house. So that's one of the differentiators I think that makes a huge difference. Another comment in general too, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this, there's a ton of traditional marketing companies and traditional organizations out there like print, like radio, who know that their ad dollars are dying, know that the eyeballs and the listeners are going away. So what they've done is they've tried to enter the digital space and they've started to sell digital marketing services. But I would just argue there that while they again they're trying to basically advertise that they have those services, do they really have the chops? Are they born to do this work, and are they going to hold themselves accountable to performance? And that, I think, is a big differentiator, because this is all we do. We live and breathe this stuff. We've had to do it for our own businesses first. And Kris and I built organizations on the heels of digital marketing. And Kris built an agency, I built an e-commerce business, and we were lucky enough to scale those organizations. We know how to do it for our own companies, and we think about your business as if we're coming from the owner perspective. And then we put the right people in place to help you scale and grow those businesses. So that to me makes an enormous difference on how we approach it.
I just want to amplify what Kris is saying because it's so important. The traditional media agencies, the newspapers, the radio, and the television companies, the writing has been on the wall for a while. So they're trying to aggressively enter the digital marketing space. Number one, they don't have the best talent. Why? Because at least in our environment, the talent is either creating their own business or they're going with one of the top ad agencies, and none of the traditional agencies are competing there.
And I don't think the brain power is navigating into dying industries
it's
either.
Not.
There's
it's
no way.
Not.
There's no
it's
way.
Not. And the second thing is that in the traditional space, I'm telling you, we've looked. This isn't just an opinion. If we ever lose business or win business from a, and that client is coming from a traditional media management, digital marketing management, we ask a lot of questions because we want to learn. We've looked at the proposals, we've looked at the services. I'm just going to be point blank, and I'll go on record in an article on TV, whatever. It's watered down.
Oh, for sure.
It's just, if you don't go with us, you go with the lowest price. Don't do that. But if you do, just please don't go with the traditional media agency pitching you digital media. All that is you checking the box that you're doing digital media. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the type of performance that is possible with an experienced agency that puts performance at the front of what they do.
And I think, as a final point here, one of the only thing they have as a competitive advantage is price. That's all they can do, because they can't go out and say, we can do it better, or we've done it before. Here are the examples. Here are the case studies where we've actually demonstrated that. That, to me,
and in most cases, they're packaging it with the print ads and the
sure,
other non-accountable forms of advertising that
no
you
doubt.
cannot really precisely measure ROI like you can with digital marketing.
For sure.
We'll let you guys go on that. Just keep in mind, regardless of who you go with, don't fall into the trap of going with the lowest priced agency. Almost guaranteed, you're going to get a watered down service. You're going to get someone that lacks experience and is not going to stand behind performance like a top recognized agency like LSEO. Hope to work with you guys and would love to continue this conversation and, quite honestly, have this debate about whether or not what Kris and I just shared with you is in your best interest, because we personally, truly, sincerely believe it is. Take care.
Thank you.